Hello everybody, Defense here, and welcome back to Berryville Farm here in Stardew Valley. Our goal for today is to get started on our barn, and for that we need 6,000 gold, 350 wood, 150 stone. The bottom two I think we're going to get pretty quick. The top one here, 6,000 gold, is gonna be a little tough, but we're going to start with checking the Queen of Sauce. Greetings, it is I, the Queen of Sauce, here to teach you a new mouth-watering recipe from my secret cookbook. This week's dish, pancakes. Sometimes I get carried away with fancy, complicated dishes, but there's something comforting about a simple pancake. You'll want plenty of butter and maple syrup to slather over these warm stacks. I learned how to cook pancakes. But yeah, so last episode we got all of our sprinklers set up to cover a good chunk of the farm out here. The only areas we didn't get covered was 4 little plants down here. And 1 little section over here, only because we had to fit in a scarecrow. Which obviously once winter comes, we can go through, reorganize everything. Because some of these crops are multi-seasonal like the corn, so we really can't do a ton of changes right now, so we'll just kind of have to live with that. Let's get these going. Oop, I harvested a star fruit. I didn't even see where my star fruit was. Oh, it's right here. Haha. Good. We need that for the dye bundle. Obviously there's a boatload of other uses for it. Dudley, my throat's about as dry as a desert bone. I'm real thirsty for a pale ale. You got one? Regular old beer won't do. I need a pale ale. We've accepted that quest from Pam. Bonk. We are not to the level yet where we can do... Oh, there we go. That's the last for the quality. Bonk. We're not to the level yet where we can do kegs. But as soon as that does roll in, we'll get that. I think you can buy it as well if you really push for it. I don't really worry about it. So we're just going to kind of continue on with our morning. I'm going to say hello to the chickens, the good old Box, Citri, and Shona. Let's grab these guys here. So as I said, we're pushing for dollar reduce today. So let's actually pull our stuff. Actually, almost $3,000 right there. Yeah, $18.50, $28.50 right off the bat. That's half our dollaries right there. So. Let's go take a look. Boom. And it also depends on what we got down at the merchant. I did not go the other day, sadly, because I spent all our money. So we're actually doing good for the fact we just spent like $4 grand the other day. So let's head on down to the traveling cart, take a look. I know this lady has an actual name, and I for the life of me cannot remember it. I just call her Magic Pig Lady. Oh, look, a sprinkler for 800 bucks. Octopus... Parsnip. Oh, actually, green tea. We need that, don't we? Community center. Brewer's bundle. Yes, we do. That seems like a pretty fair price. I know I can eventually make my own green tea. Let's do it. It'll just save me a step, because I've only got 1 tea sapling right now. And I don't actually have it planted. So that kind of causes a problem in and of itself, so... Boom and boom. So yeah, our goal for the rest is gonna be money. I'm trying to think the best way to do that right now. Obviously I can go through, clear out a bunch of my stuff, kind of sell a bunch of things. You know, like all of my blueberries, because that's 1,500 bucks right there, you know, kind of deal. So let me look through, see what we have. Yeah, because we got bunch more blueberries in here. Yeah, let me take a look, see what we've got for options. I got a little carried away. I started chopping wood. Oh, actually, I got a new piece of clothing. Strap top. Yeah, but I got carried away. I started chopping down a bunch of trees. Clearing out the southern area down there. Pretty happy with where we're at so far, but don't really have to go nuts with it. Bonk. Yeah, I've got a couple different shirts. I think that's the original shirt. I took it off when I got my green. I just gotta dye my pants and then hopefully get the leprechaun shoes at some point, and I will have a full green suit. But yeah, we chopped down a bunch of trees. We did level up our forage. So let's get ourselves some sleep. See how much money we made. Hey, there we go. Cowpoke, 50K. Oops, something happened overnight. I didn't hear what the sound was. Boo. It was probably either the owl or the alien. Level 8 foraging. +1 axe. +1 wild berry harvesting. New crafting recipe, warp totem farm. New crafting recipe, tent. And new crafting recipe, survival burger. Yeah, we made enough money. We'll have to go visit Robin, say hi. Yeah, I ended up selling the blueberries. I was like, I'm going to harvest a bunch more. And then I've got raspberries, not raspberries, cranberries coming in the fall. So I'm not too worried about it. I'll make my money throughout the winter. It is really expensive pushing through on these, though. So we're going to have to kind of keep an eye on it and just kind of hope stuff lines up in a nice and efficient way for us. Because it's coal expensive. So one thing I thought about whilst we were doing all that work, we can't craft it, but we can buy it, I think, from Robin. And that's an item to turn a hardwood into wood. So I can literally just put a chest down, put a bunch of hardwood in it, put the grinder next to it, turn it into wood, and then have the charcoal kiln turn it into charcoal, which I can then use in place of coal, which it's just coal, so it's not a big issue. Oop, I run out. There we go, all filled up. We can build 5 more sprinklers if we wanted. Okay, here we are over at Robin's. Let's get us a good old barn built. I think we're just going to throw it right up over here. I don't think we can fit both of them in here, right? Because that's 1, 2, 3, 4. We might actually be able to fit both of them in here. I think this actually might be 5. Ah, yeah, well, I should have checked beforehand. Boo. Alright, let's see if that machine's here that I was talking about. Workbench, telephone, TV. I think it's one we eventually get access to. I don't think we start. Yeah, I think at some point we do I think when we do the bed quest for her in the when we get the big bulletin board, I think that's when we get that. Let's buy this so we can start laying out our path. Yeah, I definitely don't see it, but we'll be able to get that at some point and kind of get that going. It'll be nice to have, and we'll be able to kind of go from there. Bonk. Let's head on home. So yeah, I chopped down those trees whilst I was over there. We got ourselves a nice stone owl. I like that he does look a little wooden in here. He's got that kind of brownish owly color. Ooh, a couple more of our trees have grown down here. One of them got struck by lightning. It's gone. I'm kind of sad about that. I'm gonna have to throw down some more lightning rods. Yeah, so I gotta get that guy. Yeah, a couple of these can actually get them. Nice. Everyone's starting to pop up. I'm gonna kind of leave it. I'm not gonna go nuts. Let's take a look down here. Did we get any fancy rocks? Nah. And I think our next step, I want to start working on a little bit more decoration in the area. So now that we've got, you know, our little bit of our farm, you know, our growth area started, I think we should really start pushing towards a little bit more decoration. Because we did just buy it. This is my go-to path block. I like it. It's a good block. Gets the job done. And it looks nice. Individually, no. Like when it just goes like this, I don't like it. But when you add all its bits together, like this, it honestly looks very good. Makes nice edged cobblestone looking paths. We'll be able to kind of mosey some more items on in. And just all in all, make it look a little bit better. We're just going to go and place it all down. We'll move some chests around as we go. Not going to go too nuts on it right now. And then some spots I only run at 2. Other spots I run at 3. It's all kind of just how we're feeling in the moment. Or what looks good. And there we go. We've pretty much got everything mapped out. All in here will obviously be farm. We've got to get a little bit of a path going over to here. Whoop, overdid the path a little bit. And then I like wrapping this. I like keeping that original one, even though you really don't need it. What are we at? 6? There we go. And boom. Gonna have to move some chests, but we don't really have a ton of spare energy at the moment. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go over these trash cans real quick. I actually already have a chest. So, I haven't fully tested this, but you can place these over in town. And they collect extra trash. And they work along with all of the perks that you get for everything else. So, if you go and put it in an area where people don't walk, like here, and then put a chest next to it, every day Automate's going to check that. So tomorrow, we're going to see, obviously we get a little stack of XP, like today we got fishing and forage, I'm pretty sure, or yesterday we did. So now we're going to see multiple things every once in a while, and I'm pretty sure we should still get our binning XP for that. So we're going to have to check. I don't really have a good way to check my binning XP is the problem. Also, let's play around with this real quick. We're going to put it... I'm going to put it right next to the mailbox, but over here in an unobtrusive way. And it says, was it edible... A machine that turns edible matter into fertilizer. So let's take a look. Do we have a cheap... I'm going to check. I'm just going to take 5. Because if it, if it does it, if it only does 1, we're set. It does 1. Speed grow, 1 day, 9 hours. This is part of the binning mod. That's actually pretty dope because if every single one of these summer squashes creates a speed grow, that's just pure profit. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to set up... I keep thinking about going to bed, but what we're going to do is we're going to set this up. I'm going to put 4 more of these in here because some of these should oh, actually it's 1 day, 9 hours. Okay. So obviously that's fine because I can make a bunch of those. They're pretty cheap. There we go. All right, so we got 25. Oh, I didn't have a real way to check that, but it does look like it was fishing XP that I got there. But yeah, let's run over there real quick. I know there's a bunch of stuff on the farm, but I want to double check this because I put it down in my test, in the world that I'm playing with my sisters, and then I forgot about it for a couple of days. So I don't know if they'll get it every day. Yep, literally day 1. Already pulled stuff. I'm going to assume we get XP based off of that. We'll have to keep an eye on it as we go through. But if so, that means, like, I want to test other spots too. So, like, if I just put them on the farm, will it still gather up trash? A trash can. Put them around town and people will throw trash away in them. So, obviously, that denotes I should have to put it in the town area or area where they travel. That's the part I don't know. Because there are areas they travel that aren't in town that I could put, and it would be very efficient. Because I could put a whole bunch of them. I don't have to worry about anybody walking into them. And we'd kind of go from there. Oh, Evelyn. Where art you? Hey, there she is. She's in the kitchen. Here you go, Evelyn. So you saw the bulletin I posted. I really appreciate it. Let's see. Here's what I owe you. Don't worry, Evelyn. I really just wanted to give you a potato because you're one of my favorite characters. Ah, so we laid out some more paths. We've got our little area set up over here. I moved the kilns and stuff out of the way. Set up some new jars down here. We'll move these ones down once we get there. Everything's going to really run off this one chest, which I think is fine. We'll be able to kind of just keep going. It'll also keep me separated so that if I do have wood down here, I'm not crossing over all the time. I think that'll help a good amount. It'll also mean I can put other coal up here, so I don't have to worry about using the wrong coal and using all of the coal out of one or both of the areas. So I think that's a really good start. Actually, I want to move that down there as well. So let me break this. Oop, I forgot it's full. Bonk. So this one I might have to put separate. So I might have to separate them a little. So I'll do that, and then I'll run a new line through here. And then I'll get these into here. Again, these are all temporary. I just want them kind of down and out of the way. So we'll be able to do that. Yeah, this will be done tomorrow, and these will be done in 2 days. And then I've got my little chest here. We'll get that moved and cleaned up, whatever. We'll figure it out later. But yeah, honestly, I'm very happy we got all of our barn stuff done, which is great. We've got the rest of our wheat planted. Actually, let's take a look. Because I put these in as well. Can we get these? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got a lot of fiber. Let's put it over there anyway. I'm going to put it in the chest. If we get more, we get more. It should be pretty easy to get more if I head to the mines. So let's check off that, because that is done. And then I needed, what was it, 100 wheat? Oh, we need 100 flour. That's what we need. It was 100 flour. And then 10 and 10. So I needed 10 wheat and 10 hay. What do we got in here already? 2 hay. Yeah, we'll have plenty of hay. So let me put 10 wheat in there so don't forget about that. But we're definitely have to grind a bunch of this down into flour once we get to that point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And that'll help us out in the long run, just putting it aside. But yeah, we're going to wrap it up here, though. We did a lot of decorative stuff today, kind of reorganized a bit, and did a little bit of, I shouldn't say really a grind to get the barn up and going. We kind of already had everything for the barn. So I can't really say we did anything, any form of a grind, but it's up, it's going. She should be done. Yeah, so she should be done on the 18th is when she'll be done, which I'm very much looking forward to. We'll have the barn. We'll probably push for some cows after that. I want to say they're like 1,500 or either 5 or 1,500. I can't remember. Somewhere between there each. So it's not going to be cheap to get us some cows. So our next goal will probably be to grind out a little bit more money so we can get ourselves 2 cows to start. And we'll kind of play around with it from there. But as I was saying, we are going to wrap it up here. So as always, I want to thank you for stopping in. I hope you did enjoy, and I hope you all have a nice night, day, morning, evening, or whatever it is, or wherever you are. This is Defense. I hope to see you again soon. Peace.